Something that you might not have paid much attention to was when Ragatha stated that Kane likes to reuse NPCs. Now, you might not think this is very important, but it actually is. This proves that Kane made some NPCs that the circus members have interacted with. We do know that Ragatha has interacted with one of those reused NPCs before, so my guess is that all the circus members have interacted with one of the reused NPCs apart from, of course, Pomni, because she has only been in the circus for a day. The reason I think we haven't seen any of the reused NPCs is because something terrible happened in the circus, something that Kane might have already hinted towards. We know that after Gummigoo exploded and turned into confetti, Kane said that if there were too many NPCs and humans, then he wouldn't be able to differ human from computer, and that would be bad.
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
So I actually believe that something has happened, and that is why we haven't seen any interactive NPCs yet, especially those reused ones. Let's get into the first theory. We know that they have currently completed 2 levels. They defeated the Gloink Queen, and they also defeated Gummigoo, who was the villain of the Candy Canyon Kingdom, but this was just recently. I believe that way before Pomni arrived, there were NPCs roaming around the digital circus, because how would Ragatha know about that? But this also proves that the first adventurer boss took years to complete, because we already know that Kinga has been here for years, but he and his friends then haven't even completed the level. So I actually think that in Kinga's time, he and those who abstracted hasn't really paid attention to completing the level, but they were just enjoying their time with the NPCs that were roaming around in that time. Because think about it, what else would Kinga and his friends do at that time? Defeat the Gloink Queen that they had no idea they needed to defeat, or hang out with the many NPCs that were walking around the circus? It's obviously the second option, hanging out with the NPCs. Now, do I believe that they had a massive influence on Kinga and the others? Yes, I actually do, because I think that they abstracted because of the NPCs. Imagine walking around the same area for years, and you see the same NPCs doing the exact same thing that they have done for years. Personally, I think I would go insane. So, the more days, weeks, months, and years that passed, one by one, they abstracted. And that is when the purge happened in the digital circus. I actually have 2 theories that I will go through in regard to the purge. But the first theory is, of course, that the abstracted characters destroyed the NPCs. So one by one, they all slowly began to go insane. And that is why they abstracted, and slowly over time, the NPCs' numbers went down due to the abstracted characters beating them, and in other words, they killed them, simply meaning that Kane didn't get to the abstracted characters in time, just like we saw when Kaufmo wrecked chaos in the digital circus.
Hey, Pomni! Thank you! Help me out here! I understand that you don't want to, though.
And the second theory I have about the purge is that Kane deleted them all. So, after he witnessed that Kinga's friends abstracted because they couldn't go through it no more due to the same thing that they witnessed over and over every single day. So he decided to delete all of them at once. And this is where you might think that it solved everything, but no, because I believe that after he deleted all the NPCs, some of the circus members just couldn't handle it because they first-handedly saw Kane's absolute power, meaning that they got insane from thinking that Kane could, in theory, just do whatever with the circus members that he liked, because no one really have the power to stand up to Kane. But what if I told you instead that there has actually been too many NPCs and AI entities that slipped into the circus? Well, let's get into my next theory. Now, in this theory, I believe that the Gloink Queen wasn't the first ever adventure in the Amazing Digital Circus. I think that in Kinga's time, he actually had adventures with his friends. Why would I even say this? Well, in episode 2, right after Gummigoo explodes and turns into confetti, we get an explanation on why Kane did it.
Welcome back, my little hard-shelled hamburgers!
So this is the circus, huh? I gotta get used to this.
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through!
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I know you guys love your NPCs, but if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen? Well,
His answer might actually confirm my theory. I said that Kinger and his friends had adventures together long before all the main circus members arrived, and in his time, they had presumably gone through many levels together where they made relationships with many of the NPCs over the years together. But one day, something really bad happened. I believe this to have been their last adventure together. When they finished a level, they were standing next to the portal. But somehow all those NPCs in that adventure turned evil. They had a plot against Kinger and his friends, and when they completed the level and said their goodbyes, they were met with an unexpected change. All the NPCs ran towards them and they wanted to go through the portal. This is where it happened. Kane got an alert on his watch and he knew that it was problems. So when he teleported back into the circus, he saw the mess. From his perspective, he only saw one solution to it all. He deleted the NPCs, but something went wrong. As he said in episode 2, he cannot distinguish between computer and human, and that is when it went wrong. He made some of Kinger's friends explode and die, just like he did with Gummy Goo. And I think that is also when some of them got insane after they saw some of their friends explode and die. So, things just went wrong. But do I think some of these characters will come back? Well, definitely. I'm sure that some of these NPCs will make a comeback. Ragatha did say that Kane likes to reuse NPCs, so what if some of them were Kane's favorite NPCs? Then he'd of course make them come back. And I actually also think that Gummy Goo will come back. He is AI and is stated to be 57 times better than the last one.
So wait! I'm testing out a new AI in this one! It should be 57 times more immersive!
Ooh, a new AI.
So why wouldn't he come back? He's presumably favored by Kane, since when Zooble declined, he went nuts and tried to convince Zooble to join the adventure, just because the new AI, who's Gummy Goo, is 57 times better than the last one. But apart from Gummy Goo, I definitely think we will see some reused NPCs in upcoming episodes because it would also elevate the show. What if we only saw the same circus members doing the same thing? Wouldn't that be kind of boring to watch? So I definitely think that some reused NPCs will come back. Talking about reused NPCs, I think some from the teaser for the Amazing Digital Circus Becomes a Series actually are reused NPCs. I have a little hunch that it might be Orbsman. We didn't see Orbsman in episode 2, and he is a really chill character, judging from the teaser, so I think he's one of those NPCs that Kane really likes. But after episode 2 got released, we also got a major insight to more possible theories, because I initially thought that most of the leaked characters would make an appearance in episode 2, but I was wrong. I think some of them spans all the way out to the final episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, which is presumably episode 9. But one thing is for sure, is that I am really excited for what will happen. I believe that we can now theorize on the next plots for the upcoming episodes based on those leaks that we got. I will definitely be making a theory about the tape recorder, Martha Mildenhall, and presumably her ghost-like seal pet, and Orbsman, because I believe those 4 characters will be seen in different episodes. But let me know down below in the comments what you think about my theories for the NPCs, and if you have some of your own. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video here.